What's up, everybody? Today on Cars and CAD, we're going to leverage the power of the EMU Black to turn the Supra here into a fire-breathing dragon. We're going to add a two-step launch control, rolling launch control, boost control, and we're going to add a couple other outputs and inputs. But stay tuned and we'll show you the process. Alright, first thing that needs to be done is decide where you're going to put your switches. I don't need an ashtray, so that was the obvious choice for me. Next, we're going to need to gain access to the ECU so we can mess with the wiring. Alright, ECU Master provides this awesome little cheat sheet for their wiring for inputs and outputs. Your specific application may be a little bit different, but in my case, I'm going to use analog in number 5, which is pin 35, and I believe it was 26 for the 5-volt supply. And that's just going to create a loop for my launch control. And I'm going to run a wire to flex fuel in for future use. I'm just going to deadhead the wire for now, but I want it installed on the ECU so I have easy access to it. And we're going to use one of the auxiliary outputs for boost control, also for future use. The two wires I'm sticking through the firewall right now are for the boost control and the flex fuel sensor. Alright, now that we got our wires pulled through, we are going to cut off a generous amount because we're going to need to run some here to the dash for our launch control activation switch. Next, I started crimping the appropriate size connector terminals. I'm just using the ones that came included with the EMU Black. Once we got our terminal crimped on there, we're just going to slide it in here till it clicks. Okay, I've decided on auxiliary 6 for boost control, but it already has a wire in there. I double checked everything in the tuning software and I don't have any outputs assigned to this. So it should be safe to remove and not have anything happen. If not, I'm going to remove it in a way where I can always put it back. And we pulled it out successfully. Now I'm going to use this montage to add a little disclaimer. Doing this can cause damage to your engine and should only be used for off-road use. Next part of this, I 3D printed this ashtray delete plate. Just slides right in there. Just like that. We're going to use this switch here to arm our launch control. And then this will be the party button. Alright, so we got two wires, doesn't matter which, we just need to close the circuit. So one of them's going to hook here to our arming switch. Then this terminal is going to come around to our button, and then this is going to go back to the ECU. So first thing we're going to do, I've got some of these lovely solder shrink connectors. We're going to throw those fucking things away. These are garbage, they don't belong in automotive. And we are instead going to use some of these lovely crimp connectors with some shrink tube. Look how nice that looks. Got a good connection there. Make sure it's pretty well centered. And shrink it up. Slide some shrink tube onto the wire. And then go ahead and give it a little bit of a twist. And then we can slide that on there. I did get a decent crimp on this thing, so we're gonna slide our shrink tube up here and give it a little shrink-a-dink. Now, of course, you're going to want to label your button so you know what it does. This label might not be permanent, but I decided to have a little fun with it. Now, in the EMU Black software, this is pretty close to what my settings ended up looking like. Your case may be slightly different depending on what you're trying to achieve. I think in the end I went a little bit more aggressive with a -10 on the timing. But let's go for a test drive and see if it works. If you guys are interested in seeing more projects like this, go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell icon. That's going to wrap it up for this one.